Square Media Station, serving all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Set, ready, 83!
Welcome to The Locker Room.
Vince Papali, welcome to The Locker Room.
I can smell it already, Philly. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to The Locker Room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to The Locker Room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and half of the Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan is with me today. And Danny, we got off Trey Turner. He gets applauded. He gets a standing ovation.
Chills, Billy.
And look what happened.
Chills. And, you know, I'm so tired of everyone debating this standing ovation topic. It's not even a topic. It's just general decency. You've been booing the guy all year long. He's obviously in the gutter, trying his best. It's a mental game. You can see he's lost mentally. And look what a standing ovation does for him.
I got to be honest.
Look at it.
Everybody's been talking about this all week long, leading up to last night's game. How do you handle it? Well, I was torn. Remember, I think I texted you. I put it on social media that I'm torn. I'd probably just do nothing. I wouldn't clap. I wouldn't boo. But I gotta tell you, I think it worked.
It's a mental game. It's the most mental game in all four major sports.
You saw the relief on his face, especially he played outstanding defense last night. I mean, he was smiling. He had an extra jump in his step. I think the applause worked.
Did you see what he said after the first game of the applause? He was 0 for 17 in that game and then had a double to score Bryson Stott. They lost against the Royals, but post game, he was asked about the ovation, and he saw it, and he said, "I thought that was pretty bleeping cool."
All right.
I mean, it's definitely giving him a lift.
It's his first home run in 21 games, and his first time collecting 3 RBI since June 25th.
That's brutal, man.
So
it
talk
goes
about
to show.
A slump.
Yeah, I mean,
that is a baseball game of slumps.
Yes, it
right?
is.
It's a roller coaster.
I mean,
ride.
life is a game of slumps, but baseball, especially with how mental the sport
Baseball's
is,
a game of failure.
You're hitting a round ball with a round bat, Billy. No matter how good you are, you're going to hit a slump every now and again. And Turner that same night during the interview said, "I thought I had a bad year in Washington when I hit 275. I'd kill to hit right that like that right now."
It's the first time in his career from high school all the way up that he's been this bad.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and Ryan Rothstein here at 97.3 as well made a tweet a few weeks ago that, you know, Trey Turner's, his powers didn't get stolen away by the Monstars from Space Jam. Like, it's going to turn around for him eventually, and maybe the standing O is the right mix. Who knows? But eventually the talent's going to come back. It's just inevitable.
All right, we got half of the Locker Room Youth Movement here as our intern, Andrew Leeds, is under the weather. I guess he came down with maybe a little COVID, maybe,
just a little weak there, Andrew Lee. It's getting COVID in August.
Right,
wait till the winter.
COVID in August. You believe him?
I didn't even know the virus still existed in August. He's catching it out here. No,
right, well, hopefully he's all right.
Exactly.
So he's going to be quarantined for 5 days. I think that's the rule of thumb now, right? 5 days, and he'll be back at it. But in the meantime, we got a great show lined up today. We have former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, as every Sunday throughout the baseball season. We go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. We'll talk to Tommy and get his perspective and thoughts on the Phillies moving forward. Of course, they're 9 games over 500, and they're 2 games. They're in the second wild card spot, 2 games ahead of the Cincinnati Reds.
How about those
Okay.
Reds, by the
And
way?
how about the Reds?
They came out of nowhere.
We're also talking about last night. There was a big fight in baseball.
You didn't hear about it till this morning.
Yeah, you told me about it. Listen, I got to be honest with you. After Friday, we did the Margate Memorial broadcast live, the Margate Memorial Lifeguard Championships for the beach in Margate. Leading up to all the work that you put into the production of that and everything going, and then the show on Saturday morning, I was exhausted. I was literally sitting on my couch last night, falling asleep during trying to keep. I had toothpicks, keep my eyes open, but I was so into the Phillies last night.
I was going to say you better have seen that.
No, I watched the whole thing.
Good.
Little disappointed in Christopher Sanchez though.
Yeah, he had us one really bad start in a Phillies uniform, and hey, that just goes to show how important that was to pick up Michael Lorenzen at the deadline and have a 6-man rotation. Because if Sanchez starts to have late season struggles, you don't have to go 6-man rotation anymore. Bump him out, put him in the bullpen. Lorenzen is now your 5th starter, so that's huge.
So we'll talk a lot of Phillies baseball today. Of course, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Then hour 2, we're going to talk to sports columnist Mike Doktorovitz.
Michael Doktorovitz,
he's
good
your
friend
boy.
of
He's
mine.
a good friend of yours. He graduated from Rowan with you.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Good props.
were you guys roommates or?
No, we were not. We just became close throughout, our extracurricular activities on campus and internships. But no, good guy. We're gonna hear a lot of Phillies and Eagles talk. Any Sixers talk from Mike?
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
he's
it's
very
dead.
opinionated. He
It's
writes
dead
for
right now. Yeah.
He writes for the locker room with BillySchweim.com. And so he's doing great work. And I've been reading his articles on the website. It's outstanding. He does a great job. I say keep it under 400 words. You don't want to get into just get your point across.
Yeah, keep it brief. Get your point across. And what does he do? He keeps it under 400 words and he gets his point across.
He gets his point across. Danny, every once in a while, you young guys make me laugh because you don't know cultural things from the past. Okay, because you're young.
I mean, I wasn't alive, Billy. I wasn't alive.
Not knowing that Rondé Barber
or
the Barber, they were twins. You didn't know they were twins. I'm a twin, right?
I'm scrolling on TikTok. Yeah, I know you're a twin, Billy. I'm scrolling on TikTok last night at 1:30 in the morning, and I see Rondé Barber's Hall of Fame acceptance speech. I'm like, Tiki's in the hall. I thought he got in the hall before that. No, he was talking to his brother Tiki, giving him credit for where he, how he got to where he was today. I had no idea he had a twin brother. Yeah. Also a twin brother that was as good enough to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So
that's too funny. And then you didn't even know who Joe Klecko was. We're going to play a little bit of his acceptance speech because he's a local guy.
He is. Apparently.
He grew up in PA.
Apparently.
And his nephew Jake Klecko is on the beach patrol in Wildwood Crest.
Wow.
And he rose doubles for Wildwood Crest. So we'll play a little bit for that in his acceptance speech. He also went to Temple. He's a Temple grad. Joe Klecko, part of the Sack Exchange. You probably don't even know who that is.
No, I don't. But you know why I didn't
Marty
know who Joe
Lyons,
Klecko is?
Joe Klecko, Abdul Salam, and Mark Gastineau, the New York Sack Exchange.
I didn't know who he was because he went to Temple. Let's go, profs. Go Rowan U. I mean, come on.
All right, let's get into the little. Let's start talking Phillies because once again it's the roller coaster we've been riding on all summer long. We're like a playland on the Gale Force. Mm-hmm. All right, Jeff Dowling's getting us on the Gale Force. Mr. Met. All right, talk about throwing up the white flag. The Mets threw up the white flag, but we won't get into that. The Philadelphia Phillies, they strike out too much. I'm looking at their strikeout rates, and it's just unbelievable. You know what the strikeout rate in baseball is, right?
Average strikeout rate?
Average strikeout rate.
20%, I believe.
22.5%.
22, okay.
Do you know what Schwarber, how much he strikes out?
Close to 30.
Yeah, my man strikes out 29.4% of the time. Damn. Last night he went 0 for 4 with one more strikeout.
It's just been a weird season for him because you take a look at the homers. Power's obviously there. He's going to finish with 40-plus home runs.
Right.
But the average is brutal.
Well, what do you have last year? 38, right?
He had, I believe, 46 last year.
Was it 40? Look that up.
I'll clarify on it.
Was it 46?
It was either 42 or 46, but he definitely cracked the 40 mark for sure.
He strikes out too much, and I know the Phillies win. The argument to keep Kyle Schwarber in the one spot is the leadoff role is because the Phillies' overall record. But as a youth movement, what do you think? I mean, how can you look at his 176 batting average in the leadoff spot and justify putting him in the leadoff role just because? I mean, the Phillies have been winning. They're not they're I said they're a mediocre team right now. Would that be accurate? I said that yesterday.
Mediocre strong, very
Is
strong.
that a strong?
Mediocre is like where the Mets are right now. That's
No,
9 games below.
no, they're not. They're mediocres. Mets are below average. They're below average.
Well, that's what
team.
mediocre is.
No, mediocre's a 500. We're only 9 games over 500.
Therefore, not mediocre.
A little. So you're 9 games over mediocre.
No, they're above average in my opinion. They're not playing, and I understand your frustration because they're not playing to their potential. You sign all these big name guys, and you expect them to be 15, 20 games over 500. I get it. And, also I'm sensing a bit of concern on your side with the strikeouts and how that probably won't translate to the playoffs. And I feel like that's what you're worried about most. There are 9 games above. They're in a playoff spot. Right. But if this type of play continues in the playoffs, we're not going to smell the World Series again, let alone the NLCS. So I agree with you on that. But the Kyle Schwarber leadoff point, I think it's time to put Bryson Stott in the leadoff spot.
How about why don't we put Trey Turner there? We do. Let's by everybody's philosophy, giving him a standing ovation. Listen, give him a standing ovation. How about put him in a role that he's comfortable in, that he's done before and he's done well?
Well, they tried that earlier in the season.
No, well, they didn't try it long enough.
I mean, that might be a valid point, but they tried it, and the team got worse. And they put Kyle Schwarber back there, and guess what?
I know they started winning.
They started winning.
I just can't look at this man, his strikeout rate, his batting average. But I know at the end of the day, wins are more important.
They are. And
I get that, but it's just hard pill. It's a hard pill for me to swallow.
And you know what, too? If you have him at the bottom of the order, it's going to, 1, put less pressure on him to perform at the top of the order. But 2, if he does turn it around, you have an all-star bet in past seasons, potential MVP bet in the 8th spot.
What did he finish last year, Schwarber? 220? If he got it, look.
By the way, he did have 46 home runs.
46 home runs. I thought it was 30.
Batting 218, so you were close.
218. I thought he said. So I thought he had 38 with 220,
and he had 100.
But he had 46 with 218.
218, 94 RBIs as well. 10 stolen bases, shockingly, as well last year for Schwarber. He has 146 strikeouts this year. Last year he had an even 200, so he's essentially on pace for that again.
All right, got a great show lined up today. We're going to open up the text board here at 609-403-0973. We need you to participate in today's show, 609-403-0973. And guess what? We're going to give out a locker room green Eagles Kelly Green locker room T-shirt.
These are nice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they are very nice. Well, I had them on yesterday on the StreamYard. Locker room T-shirt to, I guess, the best person to text in with a –
yeah. We're going to be talking a lot of Phillies baseball today, a little bit of Eagles training camp.
Eagles. Yeah, let's get into
so
Eagles.
Chime in with your best Philadelphia Phillies or Eagles take. Whoever we feel has the best take, make sure you send where you're from and your name. You'll be entered in our giveaway to win a Kelly Green The Locker Room 97.3 T-shirt.
609-403-0973 is the text board. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to Center City and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Captain Chucky's in Seattle is now one of our sponsors. Try their famous crab cakes, steamed shrimp, selection of soups and appetizers, Marciano's stuffed breads, pierogies from the Pierogi Kitchen, stocks, pound cake, and more. Just take, bake, and enjoy. Call them at 609-905-CRAB or visit them online at CaptainChuckysSeaIsle.com. Stop in and say hi to owners John and Katie McCann at 4111 Landis Avenue to see what they have to offer. Online ordering and local delivery is available. Captain Chucky's in Seattle, crab with an attitude. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more Phillies talk right here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and my producer, Danny Ryan, on 97.3 ESPN.
The hunt for October continues on ESPN Radio.
For center field, the game is tied. Machado does it.
Heated National League West rivals go head-to-head at Petco Park in San Diego. Manny Machado and the Padres face Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The throw, got him.
The Padres and Dodgers. Coverage begins today at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
This is the play-by-play home of Sunday Night Baseball, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call 309-319-1990.
They're number one.
Every piece of land has a story. Some right there is behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Hustle over to Resorts Casino Hotel and shake your groove thing all night long. Dust off those go-go boots and get ready to immerse yourself at the nostalgic and groovy Disco Inferno, a 70s tribute show every Sunday this summer, featuring the music of the Bee Gees, Donna Summer, ABBA, plus many more. This is a show you won't want to miss. We're celebrating 45 years all summer long. This is the summer you've been waiting for. For tickets and more information, go to resortsac.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein and half of the youth movement, producer Danny Ryan. Let's listen to Trey Turner's second hit.
1 second here. I still got to cue this up.
I think if he comes out today in a day game and gets a couple more hits, I think he's going to take so much weight off his shoulders.
It would be huge. I mean, it would be absolutely huge.
A lot of people were talking about the fact that baseball players are very superstitious. A lot of athletes are superstitious.
A little stitious,
right? I think you are.
A little. No, definitely. I mean, we're just talking about the standing ovation and how that might have given him a pick-me-up. I mean, we have no idea what's going on in his personal life right now.
We talked about that yesterday. I mean, he's probably talking to a shrink or somebody, like a psychologist, to help him through this. It's an emotional time. He's a competitor. He knows he's not playing well. He knows he's in a slump. He can't get out of it. He needs help. And maybe the fan. I'm not saying it worked. I'm not saying it didn't work. But maybe it did.
I mean, you're right. And
when you walk into a place and if you're getting booed, I know, like Ryan said, it's Ryan Rothstein. He made a comment.
He essentially said that the ovation really did nothing and that he was going to break out of the slump eventually. He's a professional ball player.
But when you have people booing you and you're pressing and you're making all this money, you're pressing, you don't know what's going on in his personal life at home, but then you get to the ballpark and instead of hearing boos, you're hearing cheers.
Yeah.
It could do something to you psychologically.
Not just a few claps either. A standing ovation that delays the game. I mean, come on.
I said yesterday on the program, Danny, that if I went to the game yesterday, I would have not booed and I wouldn't have cheered. I would have done nothing. I would have been indifferent. I would have just stood there.
Come on.
I probably wouldn't have done anything.
You would have given them a cheer if you were in the stadium with the vibes. Everyone was doing it. I mean, he got a curtain call after the home run.
No. I mean, like,
I know
people were
leading up to the at bat.
Leading up to the at bat, like people were talking about it. It was like all over social media. Should we boo him? Should we cheer him?
Yeah.
I would have done. I probably just would have stood there. Honest to God, I probably would have done it. I would have booed him, but I would have clapped.
If I was at the game last night, I probably would have just clapped. But if I was the game the night prior when he got the standing O for the first time, I would have given it to him.
No, I'm talking about the very first time he got the standing O.
Yeah, no, I would have given it to him for sure. However, I would for the first at bat.
Yeah.
For the remaining at bats, you're getting a clap from me. Hey, let's go, Trey.
No, I literally would. I would have stood up and just taken it all in. I would have been indifferent. I would have not. I wouldn't have clapped. I wouldn't have booed.
Well, speaking of slumps, before we get to Trey Turner's double, his second hit on the night, Bryce Harper got some power back last night.
Yeah, how about that? Let's hear that one.
Big home run the opposite way. Let's hear it. Also helped out a youngster who lost his brother's pregame.
What's that, number 6 for him?
I believe 7.
Number 7 for him?
Yes. He is home. I mean, obviously, we know his power's been
number
down
6,
because of
number 6.
It is number 6.
Number 6. It was a fun night at the ballpark last night, and I was, obviously when they were down, I believe they were down 5-4.
Yeah, they almost blew it at a certain point in time, and then Trey Turner, that big home run, just
they come back,
catapulted things, man. I mean, and he also, we talked about, and I'm gonna have the audio up soon, but the double later on to give us some more cushion. I mean, at that point, the game was pretty much over. He didn't have to try there, but he looked much more relaxed up there at the plate. Everything looked like it was clicking for him, and who knows? Maybe it was because of the standing O. Maybe he's just feeling better. I don't know, but you can't tell me it's just a coincidence. Billy? Like, you can't tell me.
By the way, Strom pitched pretty well last night.
Came in from bad.
In relief. When he came in, he pitched really well. He pitched 2 solid innings. He had 2 strikeouts, 18 pitches. And then Dominguez, he did pretty well. All right.
Yeah, he's getting back to.
Kimbrel came in. He was having a hard time throwing strikes.
He hasn't thrown in a while, though, I feel like. They had Sir Anthony come in, I believe, the last series to close the game out. It was unusual for him. However, though.
No, he pitched 3 games in a row against the prior series against Miami.
Yeah, and then he hasn't. They didn't bring him in the first game against the Royals, which, you understand it. But if you can get Sir Anthony back with his velocity and get him back, just get the rust off, that's a huge arm to have. But here's Trey Turner's double in the bottom of the 8th.
Hey,
signs in the stands that say "I heart Trey." I mean, these fans are going all out, and
so uncustomary for Philadelphia fans.
Oh, we're just in a jolly. We're just a silly, goofy mood, Billy. We're in a jolly mood.
Did you also notice? It looked like there was a full house up to the very last pitch.
It's electric.
Nobody left.
Right now. Well, when you give a storyline for fans to tune in and come out to watch, they're going to come out and pack the house. I mean, you're also getting to the dog days and the home stretch before the playoffs. You're going to be watching some good baseball.
I'm going to the Phillies game tomorrow. I'm taking Eliza Grace, my daughter.
I think I'm going too.
Are you going?
We might have to link up.
I'm sitting behind home plate. Keith Hartzell, buddy of ours, he gave me tickets. He's behind. I think he's in section 127, which is kind of to the third base side of behind. It's not directly behind home plate, but you're behind there.
If your section starts with a 1, you have some pretty good seats.
Yeah, but I mean, have you ever sat directly behind home plate?
I have one sat in the Diamond Club, and then I sat in the section right above Diamond Club. It's a great view.
It's an unbelievable. You see the ball curving and taking dips and everything, and I think it's going to be a great seat for my daughter for the first time in her life.
By the way, that Trey Turner double. That missed a home run by about 10 to 15 feet max. So he has the power back, at least right now. We'll see what he does today.
Could you imagine if the Phillies could cut down on these strikeouts, just put the ball in play? Just get the bat on the ball. We talked about Schwarber's strikeout rate at 29. He's not the only one. Castellanos, he's 27.1. Romuto's 25.3. Turner's 24.1. Harper, 22.9. He's a little bit over the league average too. So you got what? 5 guys.
Yeah. And it's
over the league average.
Uncharacteristic for all of those guys, aside from maybe Kyle Schwarber. By the way, I know we talked about the strikeouts, bringing up Kyle Schwarber. He leads the team in strikeout percentage. Your request isn't going to be met yet, Billy. Kyle Schwarber's still in the leadoff spot for today.
Let's hear the
lineup just dropped. Kyle Schwarber leading off, playing left field, so that'll be fun. Alec Boehm batting second at first base. Bryce Harper batting third at DH. Nick Castellanos in right batting fourth. Bryson Stott batting fifth. I don't know why, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. He's at second base. Trey Turner at shortstop. He's now in the 6 hole today. Edmundo Sosa at third base batting 7th. Garrett Stubbs catching batting 8th. And Yohan Rojas batting 9th with Taijuan Walker on the mound.
And, of course, Brandon Marsh went into the wall hard last night.
He's going to – I don't know if it's going to be serious.
The way he felt, the way he went down, it looked like – because I've torn my ligament 3 or 4 – I've had 3 knee operations on my right knee alone.
Yep.
When he went down, it was pretty scary.
It looked
to
like
me, it looked like it was a lot worse than just a contusion.
Apparently, yeah. Like you referenced right there, he's optimistic about it. He doesn't think it's going to keep him out for an extended period of time.
Contusion's basically a deep bruise.
Hopefully,
very painful. But the way he went down, the way he was limping, he had that.
He couldn't put any pressure on.
No,
it was pretty scary at the moment. But the good thing is too, the Phillies have a lot of outfield depth. So if he was out for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even a month, you don't want that. But God forbid.
When's Pache come back?
He's still recovering from that screw he got out of his elbow. Right. So he'll be back soon, probably in the next few weeks.
And then you got Rojas.
That's
a good problem to have, right?
Yeah, he's been doing great, by the way. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in the 9 hole. He's becoming slowly one of my favorite Phillies on this team. I'll tell you.
What do you think of Jake Cave? He went 0 for 4 last night. He's batting 204. He tore the cover off the ball down in the minors, and he comes up back up here, and he can't hit.
Great AAA bat, terrible MLB bat. He's a quadruple A bat. That's what he is.
He's probably going to be a casualty and get sent back down.
Probably. Eventually, when someone starts to perform, maybe Cody Clemens in AAA, he's there right now doing pretty well. He'll get sent back down, unfortunately, and he just can't seem to make solid contact. It's
hard to make that jump.
It is.
All right, on the other side, we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. I'd like to get Tommy's take on getting a standing ovation, because Tommy played baseball. He played in Philadelphia, and he played in front of these fans, and he knows what it is to be booed, and he knows what it is to be cheered. Let's hear. I can't wait to hear what he thinks about the standing ovation.
We only have a few more weeks left with Tommy Green, too, so I'm excited to pick his brain really on what the playoff run is going to look like for the Phillies. You keep talking about only 9 games above 500. It might be for some concern. It might be room for concern with that.
All right. 609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want to contribute to the show, make sure you give your name and your phone number and your shirt size. We're giving away a Locker Room Kelly Green Locker Room ESPN t-shirt. 609-403-0973. You got to contribute to the show, and we'll pick the best one.
We have a text from Paul in Ocean City. He's chiming in about the Eagles, saying, great show. Super excited about the Eagles this year. I think we will see a much more aggressive defense with Sean Desai. Glad we went and got him from another team and didn't promote within. Hopefully, we will get better at the special teams return game. One thought is we will probably trade one of our running backs to get depth at linebacker. Paul, you're officially entered. However, send your T-shirt size for us.
Send us your size. And Paul, if it's the Paul I know, he comes to see us at the live remotes all last year. He's a big Eagles fan.
Loyal fan.
Yeah, loyal fan. 609-403-0973 is the text board. We'll remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 to give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. And I want to remind people, every morning, every Saturday and Sunday when I come into the studio on my way in the summer, I stop by Blitz's Markets. They got freshly squeezed orange juice. It's 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Dave and Joe Newman, they got a juicer. They bottle it. And if you mention the locker room, you get it for $1 off. So it's $4.99 regularly. If you mention the locker room, $3.99. All right, when we return, we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Are you ready for Eagles football?
He is firing, and it is intercepted! Eagles pick it off.
We are too.
And walks in for the touchdown. Beautiful execution. Beautiful.
Listen to the Philadelphia Eagles with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick all season long on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Get fast, reliable Xfinity Internet. And now you can add a whole new way to watch the entertainment you love. Introducing Now TV, the best value in live TV and streaming, just $20 a month. Get over 40 live channels. Plus, watch movies, shows, and live sports with Peacock Premium, a $5.99 a month value, included at no extra cost. Start watching thousands of hours of content in minutes. So whether you're an action junkie, a sports buff, or a romance fanatic, you can stream all the entertainment you love, all on the network made for streaming. Now through September 21st, get the best value in live TV and streaming, all on the best network. Switch to Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months and add Now TV with Peacock Premium included for just $20 a month. Call, click, or visit a store to switch today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Now TV requires Xfinity Internet. Internet equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Danny Ryan. All right, let's go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th annual Hero Walk and Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for the Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser and help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's theherocampaign.org. Let's welcome into the locker room our good buddy, and it never gets old, Tommy Green.
Hey, good afternoon or good morning.
Hey, Tommy, I got to tell you.
Whichever one it is.
It's morning, but I'll tell you this, Tommy. I know you did it, but I love hearing that it never gets old.
I'll tell you what, it's to hear Harry's voice. That's what it's about. Yeah. So I mean, if I didn't, I get to hear it because of you guys.
I know you do. I know
you. Y'all heard it when it happened. You know. Yeah.
Hey, Tommy, let me ask you this question. A lot has been made the last couple days. It's been all over social media. It's been the talk of the town. Standing ovation for Trey Turner, boo Trey Turner. Do you think that the standing ovation had any effect on him?
I mean, me personally, no. It's always good, for the fans to have your back, and for what he's saying. But he's going to go about his business the same way that he does. And the way I look at it, he's due to be successful because he's a career 300 hitter. He's due to go the other way too, and get on a little bit of a run and then start doing things, good, baseball's got a strange way of bringing you down a little bit, to keeping you humble. And that's exactly what it does to people,
Yeah, but Tommy, over the years, I mean, throughout his whole baseball career, starting in high school, he's never been through such a slum like this. And, you've seen he's been playing horribly in the defensively. He's been making more errors than usual. You can see his demeanor, his body language. He's going through something. And I gotta believe. Now, I wasn't a proponent of giving him a standing ovation. I wasn't going to boo him either. But guess what? I gotta believe it gave him a little extra. It made him feel good, like the fans got my back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. When the fans, are there for you, knowing that you're struggling. But as long as he's going about his business the right way, not making any excuses, going out there busting his tail, they'll have his back like that, and they shoot him. And that's the good part about it. If somebody not asking them for an ovation, if somebody they're giving him that ovation because they want to see him good, and and they expect him to be better, because he is that type of player. To be at that 300 hitter, consistently through his big league career, that's the way he's been. Why shouldn't you expect him to be a little better? So I mean, that's just me, But I know human beings struggle at times. And he's going through something right now he's really never been through. So it's a little bit of humble pie, a little bit, and he's put his nose to the grindstone, and he's having to work through things because this year's not coming as easy, say to speak, as it has in the past to him a little bit. So I mean, it's just the way human nature is, and sometimes you have to work through those things, and that's why I think the Philly fans jumped on board and we're supporting him like that because he is going about his business the right way.
Hey, Tommy, Danny Ryan here, producer for The Locker Room every Sunday. I want to ask you, the Phillies made a few moves at the MLB trade deadline, picking up Rodolfo Castro from the Pittsburgh Pirates, utility infielder, can play a little bit outfield, but more importantly, Michael Lorenzen, the Tigers' lone all-star pitcher this season. What did you think about Dombrowski's moves at the deadline?
Well, I mean, I'm always all about you can never have enough pitching. And for them to get a guy that can basically do both is it, man. He's a true athlete, too. He's one of those guys, but he can swing the bat a little bit, too, but it's not going to do him any good right now because he hasn't really been doing it in a while. But have him step in and do what he did the other night, giving us the innings he did and the outing he did is exactly what we need. Now, whether their plan is, I don't know for definite. If they're going to a six-man, maybe give the guys a extra day like a Wheeler and Nola, maybe that kicks them up, or kicks Nola up a little bit. He gets a little more sharper, he needs to be. But I mean, it could be a good thing. And then I mean, if everything gets down to the line and things, he can also be used in the pen too because he's done that job.
We're talking with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green. Every Sunday he joins us throughout the baseball season. On the Mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Tommy, a lot has been made about Kyle Schwarber in the one hole. The Phillies have been winning, got a winning record. I think they believe they're 35-20 with Schwarber. He's batting 176. Would you, if you were the manager, would you make an adjustment there, or would you just keep it the same?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my, you winning. I mean, why are you gonna mess with something winning? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's batting 176.
Like y'all were like they were talking about Bone. I was listening to the radio company before I got on with y'all, and they're talking about Bone. Why mess with him? Because he's not hitting more home runs than you think he should. You leave that dude alone. It's the same way. It goes the same way. So I mean that's just my theory on it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Tommy, the Philadelphia Phillies are 9 games over 500 right now. They're the second wild card position. They're behind San Francisco and ahead of Cincinnati. Are you comfortable? I mean, you think this Phillies team will make the playoffs?
Well, I tell you what. I mean, I feel like they are. I feel like they're capable of putting on a run here that kind of separates and puts a lot of pressure on other teams to keep winning too. And I think they just they can't afford to give away games that they're supposed to win or winning like they did this past week. We should have been 6-1 rather than less than 4-3 this past week. Yeah. It's a winning week. Don't get me wrong. To me, that's a good week. You're winning. You're winning week each time. As far as I go from Sunday to Saturday, is the way I look at it. But we had a chance to win 2 other ball games. We could have had a 6-1 week. Right. And that's a huge thing. You're giving away games on plays that should be made. Plays that should be made, and that type of things are giving away runs. And I mean, it's that because you got to pick each other up. Bottom line, you got to pick each other up. And there's a couple times it hurt us this week, and we just got to shore up the defensive side of things. We got to make the plays. And that's bottom line.
Hey, Tommy, baseball players superstitious? I mean, on the whole, are you a superstitious person when you played?
I wasn't overly, but I had my little things that if everything's good. My thing was if I used to wear stirrups. People that's wear socks. We had stirrups. We had sanitary socks. Right. The white, and then the stirrups you put on. And depending on how I was, depending on if you had a good game, I made sure I put the stirrups, on the same foot, each time, And then once if you did pitch good, you just mix it up again, So I mean that was my only thing. But you tell we are creatures of habit. So if things, we tend to do things over and over and over and over again. That's the thing. The pitching, you got to repeat to be consistent.
Hey, Tommy, on the '93 team, was there anybody that was really like overly superstitious?
Oh my God! Hey, evaluate your question. Who do you think was that guy?
Probably.
Who do you think was that guy?
Dykstra.
Oh my God! Yes, there's no question. Hands down.
Well, how about that? How about Dutch? How about Dutch Thought? Was he superstitious?
I mean, he wasn't as obvious as as Dykstra. He was unbelievable. I mean, he probably went through I don't know how many sets of batting gloves if he didn't get a hit. I don't know. You'd have to ask Frank Kopenberger, that our clubhouse manager at the time. Frank, man, poor Frank. I felt sorry for him and what he went through. So.
Well, he's down here in Ocean City as well. We'll have to get him on one day and talk about who's superstitious.
Frank, I tell you what, he's got some good ones. So,
Tommy Green, what pitcher? Like, I mean, is our ace still Zach Wheeler? I mean, no, Aaron Nola has been very inconsistent this year. Taijuan Walker, who's pitching today, he's 12-4 with a 3.99 ERA. I mean, who's like these are the dog days of summer. We talked about that last week, but I guess Zach Wheeler would be still considered our ace, right?
Well, I mean, you see, I look at things different than you look at things. The fans want to call somebody an ace or whatever, or he's the number one guy. That guy pitching that day on the mound is the number one guy. Is the number one guy. Because anybody, hey, you're going to go through times where you scuffle. Wheeler's done it. Nola's done it. They all done it. but it's all about who's going hot at the time. He's your number one. He's your stopper. You know, if something's going awry, if you've lost, it doesn't matter. You know, people like to put number ones and stuff on the category like that, but it's not like that. You know, I mean, hell, I started on a route where they considered me the fifth starter at the time, and I started out friggin' my first 15 games or 10 games or 12 games. I was like 9-0 or something like started out the season. So how do you start at number 5 and tell him he's still a number 5 when he's out doing everybody else?
Right.
So it's not. Okay. It's about you. It's about you going out there that day and doing your job, and keeping your team in the game. And basically, you're a number one guy doing that. So I mean, because you can't win the game yourself anymore. As a pitcher, you can't hit anymore. There's games I've won the game. I've knocked in the run and scored a run and won the game. I was responsible for all 3 runs. So I mean, as far as that, I mean, it's not just me. You had guys on in front of me, but it's that type of way. Right. So you can't talk about things as a pitcher. You can't say things about them, about the team unless you got control of it too. You got to shut your mouth. You say you do it yourself then.
Right.
And I mean, it's that type of mentality you got to have. You can't run. You can't talk about. You got to support your teammates, pick your teammates up, and do and be there like that. And if you get an opportunity to make a difference in the ball game, you're hoping you can pull it off. And that's exactly what Trey Turner and them goes through when you scuffle a little bit. Just that opportunity to consistently get out there and work through these struggles sometimes. And fortunate enough, man, they paid him a lot of money. They're going to use him, and they're going to, he's going to get the chance to work through this. A lot of guys don't get that opportunity.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's a huge thing sometimes, So, he's going to be fine. He's going to come through this, and we're going to look back at it. Man, he had a great month and a half left, this season, and that's going to be the beauty of things. That's going to be the beauty of things. You got to think positive, but you take a day at a time. You take a day at a time, and you keep working. He had a great day yesterday. Let's build on it. Let's keep building that positive vibe and go forward.
You're completely right, Tommy, and I'm glad you brought up Trey Turner again because I want to ask you, as a former player yourself, I know you said you don't really believe that the standing O has all to do with Trey Turner's recent success, but if you, during your career, were scuffling the past, let's just say 2 months or so, an ERA close to 5, if somebody said, hey, we're going to stop booing you, we're going to give this guy a standing O and hope he pitches better, do you think that would benefit you on the mound if you were scuffling?
No, I mean, me personally, because it's great that the fans do that, and it's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's awesome, but it comes down to me. I got to execute, and the reason I'm not executing is because I'm not getting a standing O. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like watching Kevin Costner's For the Love of the Game movie. A lot of times when I'm out there pitching, it's a lot of white noise. Sometimes I'm not hearing the other stuff. You know what I mean? Like especially when you're pitching in Shea Stadium and everybody talking about your mama or whatever, and you don't hear it. I mean, you got to train yourself to let stuff like that go and just drowned out. And that's what part of being in the minor leagues and coming up through and pitching in front of bigger crowds as you mature up through the minor leagues when you're younger helps you. It helps you get through times like that. That was some of the biggest advice I ever got from my first pitching coach with the Braves, Leo Mazzoni. He says, don't be in awe of the situation around you. The game is not played up in the stands. The game is 60 foot, 6 inches away from you.
Right. Tommy.
So that's where your focus is at. So, I mean, that's as a pitcher is what we got to do.
Tommy, coming up, I believe next Sunday is the Phillies reunion. You're going to be seeing a lot of your old former teammates and a lot of the old Phillies. You all going to be down there. You're looking forward to that?
Well, I'm always look good to look forward to seeing my extended families the way I look at it, because that's what they are. There are a lot of my good friends. They're my brothers. They were my brothers, and when I played, and then they're still my extended brothers. Even though we don't get together like we all want to, but we do still get together a couple times through the year. Because a large part of this team is a big contingent at fantasy camp. Yeah. So it's a huge thing to get to spend some quality time with these guys. Get to see maybe some guys you haven't seen. I'm hoping Nick Avila is still able to make it. I haven't seen him since I played with him.
How's he doing? Is he doing?
Which is going to be a good time. I have no idea.
Okay.
Other than I think he's still been doing pretty good.
Yep.
But what he does, he coaches ball. He's a big manager in independent ball and really enjoys it and is good at it. So, I mean, which is a good thing.
All right, Tommy Green. I know you're headed down to the ballpark today. Have a great day. Let's bring us a Phillies win, and we'll see you next Sunday.
You got it, pal. Looking forward to it.
There he is, Tommy Green. Every Sunday throughout the baseball season, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th annual Hero Walk and Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk, Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for your Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser and help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's herocampaign.org. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweiman, half the Locker Room Youth Movement, producer Danny Ryan, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday's show, we'll recap the Phillies weekend against the Kansas City Royals. All that plus it's Eagles week. The Eagles open up the preseason this weekend against the Ravens. We got football at 4, Mike McGarry, all that and more. Sports Bash Monday. Be there.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 2 locations on Bay Avenue in Somers Point and their new location at 43rd Street off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, offering a waterfront view of the bay in Somers Point and the ocean in Sea Isle. Plus, live music is featured 7 days a week at both The Point locations. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them online at dothepoint.com.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Summertime, baseball and golf season are in full swing, plus so much more. BetParx is an official betting operator of the PGA Tour. Plus, the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app follows you to the shore and the mountains. It's all right in the palm of your hand. Odds, bets, slots, and games. All new users bet $10 and get $125 in Sportsbook bonus if your first bet wins. BetParx.com has terms and conditions. New users and winning bets only. Sports bonus bet must be wagered once. See website for details. Must be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
Michigan.
Parks Casino, this is how you win. It's time for live music. It's time to dance. It's time to visit Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Get into 360 for the best local bands and live entertainment. Friday, August 11th, music by FM Band. Saturday, August 12th, Y'all or Nothing takes the stage. Plus Joe Conklin's Comedy Night every other Thursday. Follow on social media or parkscasino.com for complete entertainment schedule, including national headliners coming to the Excite Center.
This is how you
21 or older, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, more of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, half of my Locker Room youth movement.
The better half.
The better half. Andrew Leeds is out sick. We hope he has a speedy recovery.
Get well soon, Andrew.
So I just want to say, we love Tommy Green, but I can't imagine that cheering hurt didn't have any effect. I like to believe it did.
It at least had a moral boost,
You know
and
what I mean?
I'm not expecting him after the 2 straight days of standing O's.
We don't know what's going on in the man's life,
Exactly.
his personal life.
No idea.
All of a sudden, he stinks and he can't get out of it. He's not playing well defensively.
The man went from the East Coast to the West Coast, back to the East Coast, but a different part of the East Coast.
Right.
He's got the pressure of the. Well, I know, but he's got the pressure of the fans. He's got the pressure of the money. At the very least, it created a 2-day morale boost. It's not going to keep up for the remainder of the
But maybe
week.
he needs like what happened last night. He gets a home run and a double.
Yeah, maybe that sparks him.
Right?
He looks more relaxed.
Maybe he might
today.
not change his stirrups on his pants.
Yeah, give him some stirrups.
All
That'll
right,
help him.
609-403-0973 is the text board. I'm going to give away a shirt, a green Kelly Green locker room shirt to people participating in today's show.
We do have another text to enter for the Kelly Green locker room shirt. Andrew says, Billy, I had a thought during the other day's game, and he wants your feedback. With today's AI technology, I'm sure they could develop a program that would allow me to hear Harry Kalas call a current game today. I'd gladly accept a small time delay to hear Harry call an afternoon Phillies game while I'm sitting on the beach. How about you?
I would love it.
I would pay for that.
I love Scott Franzke. I think he's doing a phenomenal job.
There's nothing like
Wow, how
Harry.
about that? I never thought about that.
Great thought, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the top thoughts. you
We'll
can mention.
contemplate that on the break. On the other side, we'll finish up with a couple more baseball items, and we'll talk Eagles football. How about that?
Training camp,
and
baby.
we'll talk with a sports columnist, Mike Doctorman.
Right here in the locker room.
All that ahead right here in the locker room with Billy Schwein and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile.
The hunt for October continues on ESPN Radio.
For center field, the game is tied. Machado does it.
Heated National League West rivals go head-to-head at Petco Park in San Diego. Manny Machado and the Padres face Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The throw, got him.
The Padres and Dodgers. Coverage begins today at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio. This is the play-by-play home of Sunday Night Baseball, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Trio North Wildwood is where casual elegance meets delectable dining. Experience the perfect blend of comfortable atmosphere and gourmet cuisine. Savor our chef-inspired dishes made with the freshest ingredients, featuring options for all tastes. Treat yourself to a night out at Trio North Wildwood and indulge in the ultimate dining experience. Reservations on Resi. Don't miss out on the taste sensation that is Trio North Wildwood. 700 New Jersey Avenue, North Wildwood. Chef-driven, quality-focused, TrioNW.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply or apply. Stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text PLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text PLACE to 200-300 right now. Text the word PLACE to 200-300. Don't wait. Text PLACE to 200-300.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Josh from 97.3 ESPN. If your air conditioning isn't keeping you cool, or if you're worried about sky-high electric bills, I recommend you call Jenkins Plumbing and Heating today about a new system from American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning or a Mitsubishi ductless system. Take advantage of financing of up to $15,000 from South Jersey Gas or Atlantic City Electric. New AC system can save you 25 to 35% on your AC bill. Call Jenkins at 609-641-6440, online at jenkinsandsons.com.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
Touchdown!
Sixers,
It's good!
and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, half of my locker room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan. Of course, Andrew Leeds is out with an illness, and he will be back next week. So last night, and by the way, just to finish up on that question, who is that question?
Andrew.
Andrew, from where?
Did not put where he's from.
Okay.
But did give a shirt size, so you're entered into the contest.
I think I'd like to hear that once, Harry Callis. If the AI could do that, I would like to do it, but it would have to. People would have to pay for it, and then you'd have to give the Callis family
100%.
some money, some right. Because I don't know if I would like once would be great, but I don't think you could do it all the time.
It could
wouldn't be fair to the family. I don't think.
No, it wouldn't. You can't make a constant profit off of that. It is a great idea, but there'd have to be some sort of guidelines if it actually did come into play. Also, too, I think it could go badly because AI is not always smooth sailing.
Right,
it sounds kind of robotic at times. So if you're really just taking down the legend of Harry Callis with AI.
They would be able to like he would be able to describe a play.
It would be in
his voice.
He'd be doing play-by-play normal. It would just sound a little robotic and not smooth. Like, that's my worry.
What do they do? Take clips of things that he has said in the past and instantaneously?
You literally just take his voice, anything he said in the past, throw it into the AI, and it automatically.
But how does it find it that quick? I guess it can.
You provide the sample, and then it just caters
it
to it. It caters to it, and it takes
like
his voice.
Somebody would type it in what to say, and he would say it.
Yeah.
Wow.
As long as you provided a sample of his voice, it would happen. I don't want it to take down how good he was.
Uncharted territory. I don't know if
degrade him.
I mean, I would like to hear him one more time because everybody loves Harry Callis.
Yeah.
Same with Gene Hart.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
One
But
game,
I don't think
one game only, a simulcast.
Great question.
And if it goes bad, it goes bad. Never do it again. If it goes good,
Andrew's in the running for the shirt.
100%.
609-403-0973 is the text board. We're going to give away a Kelly Green Eagles Locker Room ESPN shirt to a listener that's contributing to the show with a great point.
We have another text, but make sure everyone out there listening or watching, make sure you send your name, where you're from, and your shirt size. This person did not send either of the three. It's okay, though. You have another chance. Text in with your shirt size, name, and where you're from. But this person to be named later said that was a great moment last night only in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you know what? Because Philadelphia has such a reputation of being boo birds, right?
Mm-hmm.
That to see the fans, like when I saw the fans stand, it was like, wow, it was different. You know what I mean? It was. I can't believe it didn't help. It had to have helped.
We've turned a new leaf, Billy. We're new fans. we're the compassionate fans.
Isn't that something?
It's crazy. I mean, hey, they wanted to switch it up a little bit, and look what happens.
After the Phillies game, I'm flicking the channels, and I get attracted to the Padres Dodgers game last night, And it was a great game. But you know what I can't stand on the Padres is Juan Soto. Like, if I were a pitcher,
yeah.
The other night, did you see yesterday one of the I guess I can't remember, one of the pitchers for the Dodgers threw the ball high and tight.
To Tatis.
To Tatis.
So Joe Kelly, he has a history of doing that,
right.
by the way.
Guess what? If I was a pitcher, Juan Soto would be getting chin music.
Yeah.
Because the way he stares down pitchers and his antics he just his cockiness.
That entire team is so
face,
cocky.
I just want to punch it.
The entire team is way too cocky for being a game below 500.
They're a game below 500. They walk around like they're leading the division. And by the way, the Dodgers are 63-43. How do they act that way?
You can't, and it's unfortunately just a locker room full of exuberant personalities, and they're going to act that way. I mean, you got Machado, you have Juan Soto, Tatis, you even got, you could maybe throw Bogarts in there. He's been a little well-mannered during his career, but just those three guys alone provides enough personality. Right. I mean, no doubt about it.
So during last night, you brought this to my attention. There was a big fight last night. But what I thought was ugly about this is the guys squared off like boxing guys. Like they were like it would look like a hockey fight.
Tim Anderson literally dropped his glove.
Usually when there's a brawl, the teams come out and everybody jumps on everybody, and there's nothing. I mean, you could get hurt, but this was a slugfest.
No doubt about it. And I mean, Tim Anderson, he put up the fist like he was an old-time boxer.
Yes.
Like he literally looked like he was
the announcer. He calls it like he's calling like the Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Yeah, let's give it a listen real quick.
Come on, man.
That's great,
but
though.
Guess what? The guy Anderson gets hit, and he goes like he's knocked out on his feet.
It was weird, too, because it's not like he got hit in the temple. If he got hit in the temple, that would be a real serious situation. And still, it was serious. He got rocked in the jaw, but he went down. If it was a cartoon, you would have seen the birds around his head. You would have seen it because he was just dazed and confused. His teammates were helping him off the field.
He went back on his haunches, and he was like out. He was out on his feet. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
On his way down, he looked like he was out.
No, 100%. Like I said, he could barely keep himself up. He was like, guys, I got it. And then he started to trip again and fall and lose his balance.
Yeah.
He honestly, that
was ugly last night.
I would be surprised if he isn't out for like a week or 2 weeks just due
I
to
think
some sort of
they tried to outlaw fighting in hockey, and they pretty much did so. I mean, you see fights from time to time. It's not like it used to be.
There's going to be some hefty suspensions.
That was ugly for baseball last night.
And the umpire, too, I kind of respect what he did, but the umpire originally at second base was in between Ramirez and Anderson when they were talking, and all of a sudden he saw fists go up and he left. He just evacuated the situation, and wisely so, because you don't want to get punched in between there, but at the same time, you want to try and hold those two apart so something like that doesn't happen.
609-403-0973 is the text board. We're going to give away a Kelly Green Locker Room ESPN t-shirt. 609-403-0973. Contribute to the show. Make sure you put your shirt size, your name, and where you're from. 609-403-0973. Now, Danny, let's turn our attention to some football. We got football, right? There's only today, next 6 days, the Eagles have their first preseason game. Now we're not going to see we're not going to see obviously
Marcus Mariota, baby. Come on.
Guess what? That's a great pickup.
We might not even see him in the preseason.
You probably won't even see him either.
He's a veteran. He doesn't need it.
Has he been in the league 8 years already?
Yeah.
Does that seem right?
I believe he got drafted in 2016. I want to say. I'm going to fact check that, but yeah, he was during the Chip Kelly era. Obviously, he wanted him for a long time. So
I do want to know
2015.
The Hall of Fame induction ceremony was yesterday. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of the speeches, but we'll do it on the other side of Mike, because we're going to talk with Mike.
All right.
We're going to talk with Mike Doktorovitz, columnist for the Locker Room, and get his take on some of the topics we've been talking about. So I figure we'll play it in the second half.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk a little Eagles football. Get into some Eagles football. There's not that much big news out of camp right now.
Only big
everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
All right. There's not that many jobs that are up for grabs, right? I mean, pretty much with the exception of running back and maybe left guard. Who right?
I mean, even running back is such a crowded
Running
RB
back?
room. A few of those guys are going to get cut by default because they can't roster all of them. Like
Well,
Boston
you're
Scott,
here's your four running backs.
5.
You think they'll carry
Because
5?
you have Trey Sermon as well.
DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Gainwell, Rashad Penny, and Boston Scott.
Yeah.
And Gainwell.
And apparently they're extremely high on Trey Sermon, who spent majority of the season on the roster, then went to the practice squad. He was a former 3rd-round pick or 4th-round pick by the Niners. He's got some talent. So, like, realistically, if all of them perform well in camp,
that's 6 running backs?
5.
No. DeAndre Swift, Kenneth. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, 5.
Yeah, Swift, Penny, Gainwell,
That's right.
Scott,
My
and
bad.
Sermon. Yeah.
5.
I don't think they'll roster all 5 because Howie doesn't typically do something like that. But if they all perform, what are you going to do? I mean, a few have to take a step back and go to the practice squad. They're not going to want to do that. So you're going to have to cut somebody.
Inside linebacker, Nakobe Dean, Nicholas
needs a big
Morrow,
man.
Christian Ellis, and Sean Bradley.
Sean Bradley, the
Well,
Temple product.
Temple product.
Local boy. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for him to get his shot. He spent a lot of time on special teams over the past few seasons,
Right.
and he's done a good job.
It's his time, right?
Yeah.
We've actually had him on the show.
There's no, have you?
Yes, we have.
Nice.
Come
We
on,
should get him
man.
back
Listen,
on
big guys.
sometime soon.
I got his number on my phone.
Let's do it.
And then other than that, the secondary, right? I mean, you got safety would be the area of concern. Linebacker, safety are the only 2 positions really on defense that are up for grabs.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
because they've already given Nakobe Dean the green dot on his helmet. That's a big responsibility.
He has to have a big season. And I'm not expecting him to be this coverage back coverage linebacker, pardon me, that's going to get all these interceptions and stuff, but you have to have an impact on it. You were a 3rd-round pick. He was supposed to be a first-round pick.
Right, he was supposed to
He dropped due to injury, but
So do you think that, so yesterday I said that Josh and Mike Carlin, like I know he played in the SEC, he played at Georgia, won a national championship, but this is the NFL, and he's going to have 320-pound linebackers or linemen coming at him. He's going to have to shed that block and then make a tackle.
Hopefully.
Now we know he can go sideline to sideline, but I'm talking about because you know when I played in high school football, we when we played against Paulsboro, we played against Kevin Ross. You know what our philosophy was? Run right at him. He was such a great athlete. Who went on to play for many years. He played for Temple and Kevin Ross, and he played for the Kansas City Chiefs for many years. He's now on the coaching staff at Tampa Bay. We went right at him.
And did it work?
And it worked.
There you go.
So I would imagine that'll be the philosophy of teams coming in here.
Hopefully,
run right at him.
Hopefully, we won't have to rely on Nakobe to do a lot of rushing the passer because you have.
Well, that's where Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Jalen Carter. Jordan Davis will be more of a nose tackle. He'll be trying to warm up the running back. But you have Nolan Smith and Hassan Reddick. They need to be doing.
See, those guys have to keep. See, those guys have to keep. Tie up the offensive linemen so the linebackers can be free.
Mm-hmm. They do, and hopefully that happens. By the way, too, before we go to break, 2 notes out of camp 2 developing stories. Hassan Reddick and his contract is starting to heat up a little bit, how he's underpaid and how he might need to adjust it, as well as Jalen Hurts.
That won't come this year.
No, I think if he doesn't get it by the start of next season.
He's got a 3-year deal, right?
You have to play out at least the second season. But if he doesn't get it by the start of next season, he's going to be one unhappy camper.
But he's also got to perform this year.
He does.
You think he's going to? I mean, he had an outstanding year last
year. He did, and I understand
he's going to be able to live up to the because now he's going to be.
It's hard.
So when the Eagles acquired Hassan Reddick, other teams probably didn't say, like, they knew about. Obviously, he's a good player. But he wasn't. He played great last year.
He took the best money he could find with the Eagles,
right?
And plus, maybe
and he came home. He took the best. But now teams are aware of they got to put them in game plan for him.
And if he has a good year this upcoming season, like let's say, what did he get? 17 and a half sacks last year, something close to that. If he can get close to the 20 mark, maybe even crack 20. You're going to have to pay a hefty price to bring him back. I say maybe trade him for a first or something because you have Nolan Smith, who's supposed to be his up-and-coming replacement. I mean, you don't have to replace him, but last thing before we go to break, Jalen Hurts getting ripped into by Nick Sirianni in the open practice the other day after throwing a pick to Reed Blankenship. That wasn't why he was getting ripped. He didn't hand the ball to the ref after a 2-minute drill. Then he did 10 push-ups after. So a lot of people were getting up in arms about that. I don't know.
Hey, yesterday, I got a text message from somebody talking about open practice. Do you see how many people attended the Green Bay open practice last night?
No.
65,222.
No Aaron Rodgers, and they're still popping out.
Green Bay.
Yeah. They must like what Jordan Love is cooking, man.
All right.
They love what Love is cooking.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go to Circle Liquor in Summers Point, New Jersey. Of course, every day on the way to the broadcast, Saturdays and Sundays when I come in, I stop by Blitz's Markets and get my freshly squeezed orange juice.
I've got to try
12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Dave and Joan Newman have a juicer there. They do a great job, and I'm telling you, I get it. I get it all the time. I stop it all the time.
And what benefit do they get if they
You
mention
get
the
$1
locker room?
off. You mention the locker room, it's $4.99. You get it for $3.99. Get down to Blitz's
Can't
Market.
beat that.
All right, when we return, we'll talk with sports columnist for the Locker Room with BillySchweim.com, Mike Doktorovitz. You're listening to the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles open the 2023 preseason this Saturday night in Baltimore against the Ravens.
Up the middle, he can for the touchdown.
Oh, straight ahead. Eagles radio network coverage begins at 6 p.m. with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 7. This is where the Philadelphia Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and a
chicken
Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Get fast, reliable Xfinity Internet. And now you can add a whole new way to watch the entertainment you love. Introducing Now TV, the best value in live TV and streaming. Just $20 a month. Get over 40 live channels. Plus, watch movies, shows, and live sports with Peacock Premium. A $5.99 a month value, included at no extra cost. Start watching thousands of hours of content in minutes. So whether you're an action junkie, a sports buff, or a romance fanatic, you can stream all the entertainment you love, all on the network made for streaming. Now through September 21st, get the best value in live TV and streaming, all on the best network. Switch to Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months and add Now TV with Peacock Premium included for just $20 a month. Call, click, or visit a store to switch today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Now TV requires Xfinity Internet. Internet equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live with the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, producer Danny Ryan, half of the Locker Room Youth Movement, is with me today as Andrew Leeds is under the weather. These young guys' fresh perspective on sports. We're giving away a Locker Room Green Locker Room ESPN T-shirt. Kelly Green. So they unveiled the Kelly Green shirts, and we unveiled our Locker Room T-shirts. Right?
Yes, sir.
Nice, aren't they?
They're very nice.
I had one on yesterday.
Got mine already, and yeah, man. I mean, it's they're very nice. The white one too is very nice.
Oh, yeah,
it's very subtle, but the Kelly Green, you can't beat it.
609-403-0973 is the text board number. Contribute to the show. Make sure you put your name, where you're from, and your shirt size. 609-403-0973 is the text board.
You ready?
You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Now we're going to bring up my new columnist for the Locker Room, BillySchweim.com. Is a graduate from Rowan University.
Go props.
Go to the sports hotline and welcome in Mike Doctorovitz. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. How are we feeling?
All right, Mike, I've been reading your articles. You've been doing a great job on the Locker Room, BillySchweim.com. That's my new columnist. And very good.
Thank you.
I want to ask you a question. We'll start right off with this because you wrote in your article that you were in favor of the standing ovation cheering for Trey Turner, but you didn't want a pity party.
Correct.
All right. So Mike Gill, who's the anchor and host of the show during the week, the Sports Bash with Mike Gill from 2 to 6. He's also our program director. He said, "Should the Philly fans retire the boo?" Mike Doctorovitz, what say you?
Not to be disrespectful, but that is a crazy asinine take.
Why do you say that?
You got to let them know when they're not performing up to their standards. I'm not a big money guy anymore. You know, the money is the money. They're going to get paid either way. But, you know, when you look at the numbers for Trey Turner, just his career numbers,
right?
That's what's bothering me is he's been a career top hitter in the league for years, and now he comes here. And I think the fact that contracts are public and everybody knows how much he's making really got to him mentally. So when I say I want, you know, the standing ovation, but no pity party, you know, I want the fans to have his back. I think that was necessary.
I actually, listen, Mike, I got to be honest with you. I really believe that helped his psyche because we talked about this yesterday in the program. Dan and I alluded to it today. We don't know what's going on in his personal life. We don't know, you don't know, obviously, if the money is affecting him when you get in a slump anyway as a ball player. You know, people are superstitious. You go through routines and you can't figure it out. He's mired in a slump. There's a myriad of reasons why he's in this thing, but I got to believe that the standing ovation helped him.
I think it helped him. And I think that, you know, when I say no pity party, I don't like the people that say, "Oh, I feel bad for Trey Turner." Like, okay, little Johnny, you're getting paid $12.50 to cut the lawn at Pensacola Country Club. He's getting paid $30 million a year to play baseball. Don't feel bad for him. You can have his back, but you don't need to feel bad.
I wouldn't retire the boo.
Me neither.
I would not retire the boo. I think that's the fans' right to show their displeasure when you're not performing up to the level. But where Trey Turner is a different place. Would you agree,
Yeah,
Danny?
you can't boo Trey Turner at this point in time, but you can't retire the boo from Philadelphia because that's Philadelphia's native language.
Right.
I mean, come on, the boo.
The boo birds. I mean, that's where it all started.
You want to know who you could and should boo. And Billy, you're going to agree with this one.
Oh, I know who's coming up. Ready?
It's going to be Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, my God. Yeah, but wait a second. Mike Gill, when I went back and forth with Mike on this, I mean, and Josh yesterday, the Phillies record is what 35-20 with him as a leadoff hitter.
It's so peculiar.
Well, I mean, yeah.
How do you mess with them? They're winning. Look, I can't justify the fact that Kyle Schwarber is batting 176, albeit he's got 27 home runs, and his RBI total would be a lot higher, say if he was hitting that in the third, fourth, or fifth spot. But their record overall, what did Tommy Green say? You can't mess. If
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hate the people that say, well, at least he's walking and he's getting on base. Well, we didn't pay him to walk.
That's right. He's got 27 home runs, and he only has, 67 RBIs or something like that.
Well, he's walking and he's getting on base, but he's not having the steal numbers he had in years past either.
Right.
So if he's not hitting for power, really, not hitting for huge contact at all because he's batting in the 230s. He's not stealing bases. What is he doing? He's not even fielding right now. I mean, obviously, you hope he can turn it around, but you paid him for all these things. You're not getting really any of them consistently.
You want to know what you are getting from him, though, is, he's a good leader. He's a really good clubhouse guy. So I guess, that counts for something, obviously. But what really helps now is, Rob Thompson putting Alec Boehm second in the lineup has really helped. Kyle Schwarber walks. Now it means more because there's an actual 2-hole hitter behind him.
Well, Schwarber had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And we talked about this earlier. He's striking out. His strikeout rate is 29.4%, and the league average is only 22.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great. Mike, question for you real quick while we have you. I mean, we talked about Kyle Schwarber, his struggles just in the average department, but the power's there. And, the topic all season long has been, should Kyle Schwarber be in the leadoff spot? Should he not? And they tried it without him in the leadoff spot with Trey Turner there. It didn't work out. One guy I want to see them try in the leadoff spot, and I'm sure you might agree with me. What do you think about Bryson Stott in the 1-hole?
Yeah, I think Bryson Stott is the typical leadoff hitter. If you look back on the history of leadoff hitters, he is the guy. He walks well. He takes a lot of pitches, too. His at-bats are very rarely.
Yeah, he runs deep counts.
Yeah, he runs deep counts, and he'll get the pitcher working. So I think he's the typical leadoff hitter, and he's also batting, 301? So.
Yep. I mean, he's been the most consistent batter in the Phillies lineup all season long. People want to say that Boehm is the most consistent. He got hot recently. He wasn't hitting nearly this good a month ago. Bryson Stott has been the most patient, the most disciplined, the best vision at the plate, and he's had the best contact all season long. Obviously, the most consistent batter. Would you say the same?
I would say the same. I think Alec Boehm right now is on a tear, though.
He is.
But consistently, it has been Bryson Stott. And, what we were expecting this year from Alec Boehm was, the power. And we're not really getting that to an extent. Only 11 home runs, but he has 71 RBIs. So, I mean, he's been the guy.
If he can finish with 20 home runs, 100-plus RBIs, that's an outstanding season for a guy who we didn't even expect to be batting in the 270s a few seasons ago.
Yep. Yeah. Especially, that I think it was the 2020 or 2021 season. He was struggling mightily. He wasn't even, was he the starter last year at third base on opening day? I don't believe he was.
No.
I'll check that for you.
We're talking with Mike Doktorovich, columnist for the Locker Room with the Locker Room, BillySchwein.com. Check out his work there. I think you drop your stories every Tuesday and Thursday. The Locker Room, BillySchwein.com. You can read Mike Doktorovich there. Mike, let's talk about the Birds real quick. Not really. It's so funny because the Phillies are 9 games above 500. They're in the middle of a playoff, and the Eagles are started. It's like, I got to be honest with you, we talk just as much Phillies as we do Eagles, if not more.
I'm a victim of that. Once the Eagles training camp starts, I'm on football fever, and the Phillies become less and less relevant.
But not this year. It seems like it's 50-50.
Yeah, I still pay attention a lot, but it'll always be a football town to me. So once the Eagles start, I feel like, tonight's the open practice. And I know a lot of people that are going to go to the Phillies game at 1:00, and then they're going to walk across the street and go to the open practice.
Talk about a doubleheader.
Yeah, I know. It's a long day. It's a long day.
Green Bay, did you see Green Bay had 66,000 people show up at their
that's unbelievable, dude.
We won't have that. People. We'll have probably 40,000.
And if any fan base should have that,
what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? I mean, you're landlocked in Green Bay.
Yeah,
you go to the lake.
True. I mean, you're going to.
Where are you going to go? What are you going to do in Green Bay?
Ride around in the bed of a truck, drinking beer, and go to the Packers.
Take
open
a
practice.
4-wheeler out, one of those.
Go quad.
Go quad.
They wanted to see how Jordan Love would look.
Hell, they can't even ice fish right now. It's summertime.
By the way, to your point, Mike, Alec Boehm did not play third base on opening day last year. It was Bryson Stott playing third base, batting 8th. He wasn't in the opening day lineup.
Right? Was that right?
Just last year, opening day against the Oakland Athletics. I mean,
look, and here's another thing about the Philly fan. Let's talk about the Philly fan. This is 2 years now in a row, because if I was at the game, remember he was quoted as Boehm was walking off the field. You could see his lips say,
I bleep and hate this
I
place.
bleep and
Yep.
hate this place.
Yep.
And I went to that very next game. I guess it was against the Mets. And the Philly fans, it was unscripted because you didn't see anybody talking about it on social media because it was a day game the next day. And he got a standing ovation for owning what he said.
Exactly.
And nobody, like now leading up, this is a different situation with Trey Turner. People talked about it on social media. It was gathering strength. And then when they came home, they gave him a standing ovation. With Alec Boehm, that was unscripted. That came from the fans' hearts.
Yep.
What's going on in Philadelphia? We get a softening of the fan?
I mean, there were a lot of people saying
I was there that day.
There were a lot of people saying that they felt that Trey Turner's standing ovation wasn't genuine, that it kind of felt like a Ben Simmons treatment. But the thing with Trey Turner is that, he has taken responsibility. I mean, when that game against Miami in the 12th inning where he completely blew it, or the 11th inning where he completely blew it, Dylan Covey should have had a save there.
By the way, Mike, I talked to you about this before, but that play, it looked routine from the camera. If you put yourself in the situation as a shortstop,
I'm giving him an error. I saw you say that in our group text. I'm giving him he gets an error on that.
Yeah, balls.
He gets an error on that.
He does, but the ball's slicing away from him. It's coming out at 110 miles per hour.
But he
tries to backhand it.
Yeah,
he's got to keep it in front of him.
He's got to keep exactly, Mike.
I agree.
That's why I have him as a columnist. He knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
He doesn't have to make the play, but he just has to keep it in front of him. Because if he keeps it in front of him, well, the next batter hits
exactly.
pop fly.
He didn't even knock it down, Danny.
Let's get Mike Dock out in the field. See how he does.
Hey, 609.
I used to play a mean center field.
609-403-0973. If you want to get in the running for a Kelly Green locker room T-shirt, ESPN locker room T-shirt, contribute to the show here with a Phillies or an Eagles comment, and make sure you incorporate your name and where you're from and your shirt size.
Mike, real quick, I want to pick your brain a little bit about the Eagles training camp so far. And I know you were at the open practice just this past week when Jalen Hurts had a little bit of a back and forth moment with Nick Sirianni, really just Sirianni ripping into him. And then Jalen doing the amount of push-ups has kind of been fabricated. Was it 10 push-ups? Was it 50? How many did he do in that open practice to make up for not handing the ball to the ref?
It looked like it was a quick 10. Sirianni, first of all, wasn't happy with how he rolled out to his right, and he kind of seemed to try to force it. Well, before that, he rolled out to his left, threw a pass to A.J. Brown that was tipped easily by Reed Blankenship and should have been picked off, but wasn't. A.J. came down with it. A couple plays later, he rolled out to the right, threw that pass towards Dallas Goedert, but it went right in the Slay's hands. So I think Sirianni was mad about the decision-making, and then not handing the ball to the ref was like tip of the iceberg. Made him do push-ups. It didn't look like it was 50.
How do you feel about that, though, Billy? I love that.
Well, let me ask you this question, since I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Was it scripted? Like, you think it was like?
No.
Was it genuine?
No, that had to have been genuine.
No, I think it was. I've heard that he has been rough on everybody with simple mistakes all during training camp. He's got a megaphone out there. He's cursing he's cursing and he is loud.
I love that though, Billy, because you have huge expectations to live up to. I'm not going to have some wuss man in the team. I'm sorry.
No, I hear you. Well, no,
he's got to have a backbone.
But it's the way, guys, in today's day of age of the snowflake, you got to watch out how you handle these guys because you can create a mutiny.
Well, Jalen Hurts loves to be coached hard. His dad was his coach. He loves to be, he loves to be coached. So I think he's fine with it. And I think when everyone sees that he's fine with it, if he can be publicly, scrutinized, I think everyone else should, take a look at that.
Billy, right before we get out of here and let Mike go, imagine if Nick Sirianni or even Doug Peterson did that to Carson Wentz. How would he react to that? Go crying go crying his camper when he's hunting.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Mike Doctorvis, we really appreciate you taking time. Of course, you can catch all of Mike's work on the website, thelockerroom.BillySchwein.com. Every Tuesday and Thursday, his story drops. Check it out there. Mike, thanks a lot, and continue the good work.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Everyone have a good day. Go Birds.
There he is, Mike Doctorvis on the Sports Hotline. I want to remind people, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. And I want to tell you about McCann Realtors. Looking to buy, sell, or rent a house at the shore? Call John McCann, broker owner of McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City. Put his 38 years of experience to work for you as a real estate broker and certified general real estate appraiser. John has knowledge, integrity, experience, and dedication you want and need. Give him a call at 609-263-7422 or visit McCannRealtors.com or stop by the office at 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle City. Meet with John and discover the McCann difference. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweiman, half the locker room youth movement producer Danny Ryan, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday's show, we'll recap the Phillies weekend against the Kansas City Royals. All that plus it's Eagles week. The Eagles open up the preseason this weekend against the Ravens. We got football at 4, Mike McGarry, all that and more. Sports Bash Monday. Be there.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call Lenigan, again and again. Call Lenigan, again and again.
The Point is your destination for a tropical oasis at the Jersey Shore. Now with 2 locations on Bay Avenue in Summers Point and their new location at 43rd Street off the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. The Point has the best food and drink specials with their famous Tiki Bar, offering a waterfront view of the bay in Summers Point and the ocean in Sea Isle. Plus, live music is featured 7 days a week at both the Point locations. For more information, check out The Point on Facebook and visit them online at dothepoint.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text PLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text PLACE to 200-300 right now. Text the word PLACE to 200-300. Don't wait. Text PLACE to 200-300.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim and Danny Ryan. Sports Talk Sunday morning. Beautiful day out there today.
It is beautiful.
Sunshine. What are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm going to enjoy it on a boat. My buddy's boat. Shout out to Aunt Giordano over at Wildwood. He's waiting for me. We're gonna have a nice day on the boat. Go bar hopping at a few bayside bars. It'll be a good time.
I'm going to the beach today. I'm trying to get my daughter to come down.
Take a nice nap.
Have her sister or mom drive her down and spend the day on the beach with me. But I was a little sluggish today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went.
Had a long weekend.
Well, I did, but I went to Blitz's Market. I'm telling you, there's 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. It jazzes me up. I got all this energy today. Go to Blitz's Market. They got 12 ounces of freshly squeezed orange juice in a bottle. You mentioned the locker, we get it for $1 off. Can't beat that.
Can't beat it. That's the deal if I've ever heard of.
All right, 609-403-0973. If you want a Kelly Green locker room ESPN shirt, 609-403-0973. Text in, participate in today's show. Make sure you put your name, where you're from, and your shirt size. We'll pick the winner.
You have another text. Jerry from Ventnor chimes in and says, and we just talked about it with Mike, did you see at Eagles practice? Hurts made a mistake. Coach called him on it. Hurts dropped and did 50 push-ups. I think it was more around like 10 15. 50 would be a lot.
Yeah.
And
maybe he meant 15.
Yeah, but I guarantee that Sirianni did not tell him to do that either. That was all on Jalen Hurts. Because if a coach, a grown man, tells another grown man, drop and give me 10, what are you in boot camp? No, you're on. I get it. You're in training camp. You're on an NFL team. He did that himself. He's not going to do that if Sirianni's getting pissed, ripping into him and says, "Yeah, give me 20 push-ups while you're at it." No,
See, this is where having an older coach, it would be more palatable. But somebody somebody close in your age, drop and give me 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though he's the coach, he's the head coach, and you're the quarterback, you just signed a huge contract.
I mean, Sirianni's around 40. Hurts is like 23, 24. It's close, but
Sirianni looks like a young cat.
He does.
He does not look old.
There's still enough separation there, I feel like. I mean, he's a dad at this point. Hurts is he's grown into himself, but he's such a wise player at his young age already. I feel like
he's beyond his years.
He's got to respect what he's
telling. That's because of what Mike said. I agree. His father, his father's a coach. His father was a coach. He grew up around coaches.
Another text from Paul in Ocean City says, one note on the Eagles linebacker situation. Miles Jack, the Steelers' leading tackler last year, is available right now. At 27, he's still young and feel he can make immediate impact. Would also cost us nothing, us as in the Eagles.
Right.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. Also worried Dean will struggle getting off blocks.
That's what did I say that earlier?
You did. You did.
You got a great athlete. What do? You go right at him.
And you hope that he can just make up for it if he does struggle on the blocks, make up for it in zone.
What's Nakobe's Dean's biggest strength? His sideline to sideline.
Yep.
So
his pass coverage.
Go right at him.
Yep.
And other teams aren't stupid. They're going to be doing the same thing.
Hopefully it works
Game
out.
plan.
I trust this kid, though. I mean, he was a first-round talent for a reason. He only dropped to the third. I honestly would have been fine, and I think I've said it on here before.
Don't you think the reason why he dropped to a third is because they know that?
Well, he was hurt, though. He was dealing with a shoulder injury at the time. I would have taken him with Jurgens pick in the second round.
Were you shocked when the Eagles got him in the
I
third
was
round?
very shocked. When they passed up on him in the second round, I said, no shot he gets out of the second round. Falls to us in the third. Howie swoops him up. Real quick, though, some news on the Philadelphia Phillies. You talked earlier on in the show about Brandon Marshall running into center field like Aaron Rowan and hurting himself. Didn't break his nose, but he bruised his knee. It'll be 2 to 3 weeks on the IL. Weston Wilson is getting called up from AAA, and I'll tell you, Weston Wilson is having a really good season.
He like Jake Cave and Cody Clemens.
Let's see if it
they
translates.
They go down to AAA. They take their cover off the ball. They get up here. They hit 204.
Let's see if it translates. He's batting 260 with 25 home runs and 70 RBIs in AAA with Lehigh Valley.
Joe Klecko was inducted into the Hall of Fame, part of the Sack Exchange, the New York Sack Exchange for the Jets. He was with Abdul Salam, Marty Lyons, Mark Gastineau, and Jay Klecko. You don't obviously even know who.
Unfortunately,
you know who Klecko is?
Unfortunately, none of those names I know. Unfortunately,
right. Well,
I'm 21 years old, Billy.
I want to play let's at least play the beginning of his speech because he mentions his local ties, but he also his nephew. Jake Klecko is on the beach patrol in Wildwood Crest.
Did he participate in the lifeguard races?
No, he didn't because I don't know. Maybe he was up at the Hall of Fame induction. He did not.
Probably. Here we go.
But he will be there. He will be there at the jerseys.
From the
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool. Keep it up. Keep going.
Go props, but okay.
Right. All right, we can stop it there. I thought that was pretty cool because of the local ties and the way he went about getting recognized. It's amazing to me how listen to some of the stories of how these guys have become great and why they are great. And he's a perfect example.
I was just about to say that. I mean, just hearing these stories of, back against the wall, career might be over, just trying to grab onto any possibility, any possible roster spot you can get, whether it be the independent league, like he mentioned, or
Hey, look at Vince Papale. We've had Vince Papale on this show.
Yep.
I mean, there's another clay. Would that happen today? Well, people walking on or not walking on or being recognized in a. Well, you got the XFL now. You got the USFL.
A guy of Vince Papale's stature would
think
not
that'll-
make it.
I don't think it'll
If
ever
you
happen
had,
again.
I don't think an open practice will ever happen again to try and make, or open tryout to try and make the team. But if it did, a guy like Vince Papale, unless he has speed faster than, I don't even know, Usain Bolt, he's not making the team.
Right,
It would take
right.
a big, bulky, big dude to try and make an Eagles team on an open tryout.
Right. I mentioned Jake Klecko. He's a lifeguard on the Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol. He represents Wildwood Crest in the doubles rowing, and he will be in the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. I'm sure. Maybe he didn't participate in the Margate Memorial, which we covered on Friday. So maybe he was up at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We don't know.
Probably.
But guess what? I'm going to find out.
Eh.
And maybe we'll ask Jake if we can get his uncle on.
Inside sources, I'm sure he'd be open to
Yeah,
it. I mean, it's a big week for him.
He's a local guy.
Yeah, it's a huge week for him.
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in Southern Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, getting ready for Labor Day weekend. You have big parties in the summer. Let Chet and the staff make sure you have everything you need. Go to their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. When you get down there, say hello to Billy. And I know Jason, he's out there driving around delivering at Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Hey, just about everybody in our areas heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. For you, where their private business network they call the Legacy Club. Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Danny Ryan right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The hunt for October continues on ESPN Radio.
To center field. The game is tied. Machado does it.
Heated National League West rivals go head-to-head at Petco Park in San Diego. Manny Machado and the Padres face Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
The throw! Got him!
The Padres and Dodgers. Coverage begins today at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
This is the play-by-play home of Sunday Night Baseball, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services does that. Service in Atlantic and 40 years. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein and half of my Locker Room youth crew, producer Danny Ryan, is here with me as Andrew Leeds, the intern, a little under the weather. Hopefully we'll have him back next week. And guess what? So we're looking at the Wikipedia here, Joe Quicko. That trucking company led to he had a role in Smoking the Bandit 1 and Smoking the Bandit 2.
How about that? That's crazy. I'm trying to see what specific role he had in it. I'll keep you posted if I get it, but man, all over the place. Hall of Fame, trucking companies, Smokey and the Bandit, the New York Jets, type of football, man.
And it was all because his girlfriend at the time threw the keys out the car.
Yeah.
And if he didn't get out of the car, he would never have been recognized.
That's crazy. That's unbelievable.
It's a twist of fate, right?
I had no idea who this was, no idea about the teams, but after hearing that story, I want to know more about this guy. It's pretty cool. I mean, that's a story you tell your kids, your grandkids, and he told it in front of the Hall of Fame crowd.
I was watching Zach. I got to see Zach Thomas's speech, and a lot of the guys. I don't know. First of all, I can't speak in public. If anybody ever gave me a compliment, I get choked up. I don't think I could ever get in front of a crowd.
Really?
And I'm worse than Dick Vermeil. I'm like I'm a mush. I cry. I talk about my daughter. I cry. I can't help.
Well, you're a passionate and emotional guy.
Well, I am, but I mean, Zach Thomas, if I can, he cried. He's a tough little linebacker.
Apparently, there's a scene here with I want to make sure that he's actually in this.
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
He's the guy sticking his head out of a
truck.
Keep in mind, yeah, a semi truck. Here we go. Hold on. That's him.
That's Jackie Gleason.
Yeah. He had about like a 2-second line about the guy in the cop car telling him to get out from in front of him, get the piece of junk out.
Well, that was that's Jackie Gleason.
Yep.
Buford T. Justice, officer of the law for over 35 years.
I wish I knew the movie.
You never saw the
It came out in 1980? Yeah, come on.
You gotta go see it.
My parents weren't even married in 1980, let alone me being a thought. Come on,
But
Billy.
you seriously, you never heard of Smokey and the Bandit?
I've heard of the name. I've never seen it though.
It's a classic,
that was
man.
Smokey and the Bandit 2. That clip. I
Burt
just-
Reynolds.
Yep.
Sally Field.
I got some catching up to do.
You got a lot of catching up to do, Danny. You're thinking about going on that boat.
I am.
You
Hey,
missed night in Venice.
I'm thinking.
What did you're lucky because it rained on us. We didn't get the
That still would have been a cool experience though.
Oh,
for
we're
sure.
gonna do it again next year.
I'll be
We're
there.
gonna have to find a bigger boat.
Get a yacht this time. Whip out a yacht.
Bobby's boat's a little too small.
Party-
Captain Stubing.
Party boat, maybe a pontoon this time.
Who's gonna win the shirt? 609-403-0973.
You know, I like
We have
a
any
few
more
of
left?
these entries. No new entries
Okay.
as of about a minute ago, but I'll tell you what, it's between two for
It's
me.
up to you. You pick it because I can't pick it. You pick it.
All right. You know, I love the creativity in Andrew's text about Harry Callis and the AI, so I'm going to go with Andrew. Andrew, you are
Okay.
our winner. Andrew from Linwood.
All right.
For a Kelly Green, the locker room T-shirt, we'll get you an XL right on over as soon as
Did
we
he
can.
leave a number, or I can? He's got his phone number associated with the text, right?
Yeah, I'll shoot him a text, tell him to contact us, and
Yeah.
we'll
Give
figure
him
it out.
my phone number.
I got you. So Andrew, congratulations! You've won the locker room, fresh off
And
the press.
What size shirt's he wearing? Did he put it?
XL.
XL.
Yes.
All right, Andrew. Congratulations, man. They're really looking sharp. Just perfect timing, right? The Eagles unveiled their Kelly Greens. You like the Kelly Greens?
I mean, look what I got on.
Yeah, you got the old school hat.
I'm waiting for Mr. Leeds, who's a big Pro Shop member, to hook me up with a Jason Kelsey Kelly
Right,
Green.
You did ask him for that.
But the cheaper one, they don't have Jason Kelsey in the cheaper jerseys yet, the 130 ones. They only have them in the 175s, and it's just a little out of my price range.
All right, the Phillies. Taiwan Walker on the hill. 12 and 4, I believe he is.
3.99 ERA. I mean, you have to win this game.
This
you have to
is a
take this
must,
series.
because then coming up, we got the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, and all the way,
that's a 4-game series with the Nats.
A lot of the times, too, for some reason, the Phillies find a way to lose at least one game against the Nats, even at home. So you have to win this game. You have to.
After the Phillies game today, the Eagles have their open practice. People will get down there.
Starts around 7 p.m., right?
Yeah, back in the day, you could just go down to you were in Lehigh or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or even Westchester. You walk right on the field.
Now it's a big deal.
Great show today, Danny. As always, thank you so much. Thanks to Mike Doktorovitz and also Tommy Green on the mound with Tommy Green. Brought to you by the John Orell Hero Campaign. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday.
Because
nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Saturday right here on 97.3.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
South Jersey.